The notification arrived at 2:08 a.m. Ethan was already awake. He usually was at that hour, staring at the ceiling, listening to the quiet hum of the city outside his apartment window. So, when his phone lit up on the nightstand, it didn't startle him. What did startle him was the name, Mark H. Ethan sat up slowly and unlocked the screen. The message was short. Mark, you shouldn't have ignored me. Ethan's heart dropped. Mark had been dead for 3 months. Not metaphorically dead, not we don't talk anymore dead. Dead. Ethan stared at the screen, waiting for the message to disappear, waiting for his brain to correct itself. It didn't. He opened the contact. Same number, same photo, same chat history ending with the last thing Ethan had ever sent. I'll call you tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. Ethan's fingers hovered over the keyboard. Ethan, who is this? The typing dots appeared almost instantly, then stopped, then appeared again. Mark, that's not funny. Ethan's mouth went dry. He locked the phone and threw it face down on the bed like it might bite him. His pulse hammered in his ears. This had to be a glitch, a hacked account, someone recycling numbers. He flipped the phone back over. Another message. Mark, you said you'd call. Ethan swung his legs off the bed and stood up, pacing. His apartment felt too quiet, like it was holding its breath. Mark had been his best friend since college. Loud, reckless, the kind of guy who talked too much and laughed too hard. The kind of guy who showed up unannounced with beer and bad ideas. The kind of guy who died alone in his apartment after a night of drinking. Official cause? Heart failure. Unofficially, no one really knew. Ethan grabbed his phone again. Ethan, this isn't possible. The reply came slower this time. Mark, that's what you said the last night too. Ethan froze. The last night. The night Mark had called him. Ethan remembered the vibration of his phone, the name lighting up the screen, the way he'd sighed, annoyed, and silenced it. He'd been tired, busy. He told himself he'd call back in the morning. He never did. His phone buzzed again. Mark, you always do that. You say tomorrow like it's guaranteed. Ethan's hands trembled. Ethan, if this is some sick joke, stop. 3 dots, gone. A minute passed. Then another message appeared. Mark, do you remember what I told you that night? Ethan's chest tightened. He didn't remember clearly. He remembered seeing missed calls the next morning, 3 of them, all from Mark. He remembered the voicemail notification. He remembered not listening to it. His phone buzzed again. Mark, you never listened. Ethan's breath caught. Ethan, listened to what? The reply took longer this time. When it came, his stomach dropped. Mark, the message I left at 2:11 a.m. Ethan stared at the timestamp. Mark had died at 2:14 a.m. according to the report. Ethan opened his voicemail app with shaking fingers. There was one unheard message. Timestamp, 2:11 a.m. His vision blurred. He pressed play. At first, just static. Then Mark's voice. Not panicked, not drunk, quiet. Took you long enough, Mark said softly. If you're hearing this, it means you didn't pick up again. Ethan sat up slowly and limtic. I need you to know something, Mark. Something I should have said earlier. Something I was too scared to say out loud. Ethan's throat tightened. I think something's wrong with me. Not medically, not like that. A pause. I think I've been repeating things. Ethan frowned. Not memories, moments, conversations, choices. Ethan's skin prickled. I think there are gaps, hours I can't explain, stuff in my apartment I don't remember buying, messages I don't remember sending. Ethan swallowed. And tonight, Mark said quietly, I realized why. Ethan leaned forward, elbows on his knees. I think when we avoid things long enough, they don't disappear. They find other ways to stay. The voicemail cut off abruptly. Ethan stared at the screen. His phone buzzed. Mark, I didn't finish. Ethan, finish what? A pause. Explaining why I needed you to answer. Ethan's pulse raced. Ethan, how are you texting me? The reply came almost immediately. Mark, the same way you avoided me. Ethan frowned. What does that even mean? The dots appeared again. Mark, you know how when you don't deal with something, it just sits there? Ethan felt cold. Mark, waiting? Ethan's chest tightened. Ethan, are you saying you're still here? A long pause. Then, I don't think here works the way you think it does. Ethan stood up and walked to the kitchen, needing distance from the bed, from the phone, from the memory of Mark's laugh echoing in his head. He poured himself a glass of water and realized his hand was shaking badly enough to spill it. Ethan, what do you want from me? The reply didn't come right away. When it did, it was simple. Mark, I want you to stop pretending that later is harmless. Ethan stared at the screen. I can't fix what happened. Mark, I know. The words felt heavier than anger would have. Mark, this isn't about fixing. Ethan swallowed. Then what is it about? Another pause. Witnessing. Ethan frowned. Witnessing what? The reply came slowly. Me. Ethan's stomach twisted. Mark, I died alone, Ethan. The words sat there, brutal in their simplicity. Mark, not because no one loved me, but because everyone assumed there would be more time. Ethan's eyes burned. I'm sorry. 3 dots. Appeared, disappeared. Then, I know. That's why this hurts. Ethan sank into a chair. Ethan, why me? Why now? The answer came almost gently. Because you're still doing it. Ethan frowned. Doing what? Mark, skipping the hard conversations, postponing the uncomfortable stuff, saying, I'll call tomorrow. Ethan's chest tightened. Mark, you're not cruel, you're avoidant. Ethan closed his eyes. Ethan, that doesn't make me a murderer. A long pause. Then, no, but it makes you complicit. Ethan's breath caught. Ethan, that's not fair. Mark, neither is dying with a phone in your hand. Ethan's hands clenched. Ethan, what do you want me to do? The typing dots blinked. Mark, listen. Ethan's throat tightened. Listen to what? The things you keep postponing. Ethan stared at the message. You're asking me to change my whole life because you're dead? The reply came slower. I'm asking you to change it because you're alive. Silence stretched between messages. Ethan whispered, This isn't real. His phone buzzed. Mark, then why are you crying? Ethan wiped his face angrily. Ethan, if you're really Mark, why does this feel like goodbye? The reply took a long time. So long, Ethan thought it wasn't coming. Then, because I don't get to stay. Ethan's chest tightened. So this is it? Mark, this is the part where you don't look away. Ethan swallowed hard. I don't know how. Mark, start small. Ethan frowned. Call your sister. Ethan blinked. What? Mark, you've been avoiding her for months. Ethan's stomach dropped. Mark, tell her the thing you're scared will change everything. Ethan whispered, How do you know that? The reply came instantly. Because I used to be you. Ethan's breath caught. Ethan, And if you don't? The typing dots paused. Mark, then this keeps happening. Ethan stared at the screen. What happens to you? The reply was softer than the others. Mark, I fade. Ethan's throat tightened. I don't want that. Mark, then don't waste the time I don't have. Ethan looked at the phone for a long moment. Then his screen went dark. No typing dots, no last message, nothing. Ethan stood there, shaking, the quiet of the apartment settling around him again. He checked the chat. The conversation was still there, but Mark's contact photo was gone, just a blank circle. Ethan looked at the time, 2:14 a.m., the same minute Mark died.